Hey YouTube. So over the last week, we people are actually they're talking about these situation in Philadelphia where these people have been escorted out. Now, one report I read said it got held in jail for 8 days. Now that would really be an outrage if that actually happened. But what I saw was these guys, two black guys, who were meeting some guy for a real estate deal, and I guess the manager. I think the basic thing is he's afraid of black people, or she's afraid of black people, whatever. They always hide their name. Don't hide their name. They're the ones that did wrong. Uh, People are afraid to do it. That if it was a white couple, they wanted to leave. I'm sure they would went over to him, asked him some excuse me. You have to buy something and all that kind of stuff, right? All the black men got to say boo, and then they go running and scared to call the police, call the SWAT team. Of course, this is an outrage, and I'm glad that Philadelphia is standing up. And I hope these guys, these two guys who are the victims here, are not these nice guy types. You know, they could just be yuppies that are in their running suits because it was a casual day for whatever reason. Night, oh, forget it. They apologize. No, 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 no. Don't accept that. Get your money. We have to, when people do wrong, we have to file suit and stick to it. There's always attorneys that are around that will take your case pro bono if they know they can win the case. You have to sue them. Let it hurt, honey. Walking around and marching and picketing and stuff like that is cool. I can understand that. Or boycotting the store for a while, that's good. I can understand how that would hurt the company or hurt their bottom line in their business. But you should be paid. You were disrespected. And I would hope. And I mean, you write it, and then I'm sure they offer you a settlement at some point because they know they're dead wrong. So that's what's going to happen. They're probably going to offer these guys some kind of settlement to appease them. But you could take it all the way to court if it depends on how dedicated you are to this case. But you will win the case, and they will have to pay you, and that's the way people act better is when they pay something, cost them something, and not just in business. You should personally benefit when people disrespect you. I myself, my experience is I've seen both sides of this because on the weekend, on every Friday night for the last 13 years, I volunteer at this coffee shop, right? So I'm a barista. I volunteer, give my time. It's from, it's late night Friday night, so it's a chance to get out and kind of mingle with the community kind of thing. So over here in the Castro, and the club is for people who are in recovery, right? It's a coffee shop though, hangout spot, Wi-Fi and all that, like a Starbucks, but for people in recovery. Sometimes we get people in there and they are just coming and sitting and either waiting for somebody or sitting and using the Wi-Fi or just they're not doing anything, but they haven't purchased anything. I don't have restless people. Maybe some kind of other personalities. We ask, are you going to buy stuff? I don't do anything, any of that kind of thing. You don't know what their situation is. You don't want to embarrass your customers. And so, but sometimes there'll be a person, because it's right in the heart of the Castro, so homeless people will wander in, whatever. They just want to get kind of have a place to sit down for a minute, whatever. And then a lot of the other volunteers will say, well, you got to go tell them to leave. And I have a hard time with that. Because what I'm doing is, if I'm telling these people to leave because they look dirty or they smell bad, and then I can see 3 tables around them, their people haven't bought anything either, and they've been sitting there a lot longer, how do I justify telling that person they have to leave? Because I judge that they're not worthy? Only time I do that, if the person starts talking to themselves or making, they'd be doing science. It is the cleaning and sober environment, so you shouldn't be in there acting high, tweaking and shit. But you have to do. I said, well, I'll tell the other volunteers, listen, when they do something, I'll tell them to leave. I mean, I ain't scared of them, but they haven't done anything. They're sitting there like anybody else is sitting there. You know what I mean? So it can be awkward, but I would think the manager of the store would have better training than that to realize you can't go singling people out. Who are you going to call the police on? All right. So you called the police because you're scared of black people. You're scared of them people going to jump up and kill you, I guess. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And it turns out they were legitimately there. Now, I think the perfect thing to do is when you go into these businesses, every time you got to go to the bathroom, sometimes you got to go bad. Restroom for customers only. Well, you may have to go to the bathroom so bad you can't even get the change out of your pocket. So buy something, whatever. Yeah, no, it's for big old signs all over the bathroom. Or they got to come back here and unlock it and all that kind of stuff. I mean, they have to do what they have to do because people will overrun the restroom. Then just if you don't, I don't know. It's complicated. I put it like that. But you can't be singling out people who you have deemed unworthy and treat them different than you treat other people. That's wrong. These guys were good-looking men. I mean, they were no bums and nothing like that. I was saying the perfect thing to do. Ideally, if you're going to go into one of these coffee shops like Starbucks, even if I don't have I don't have a taste for coffee at the moment, if I'm going to go in there and I'm going to sit and use the Wi-Fi, or I'm going to sit and wait for somebody, I don't know how, I'm waiting a long time or whatever, I'll buy a cup of coffee if I drink it or not. They might say, well, hell, I just had coffee. I'm just here to do my business, right? It's unfortunate, but these guys have to stick to their guns and follow all the way through the courts and get paid. Don't feel like you're doing something wrong or you're taking advantage of anybody. No, they took advantage of you because they humiliated you. You get you all over the news now, being escorted out like you some kind of goddamn criminals. And they got to pay for that. That's why people don't treat white folks like that. White folks sue your ass. They will. They'll sue you. And we got to do the same thing. Don't back down. Sometimes people, they do things to you because they feel like they can get away with doing things to you, right? That woman wouldn't dream of calling that if there was two white dudes sitting there waiting on some business partner there. He wouldn't even occur to them to even approach them. They treat you however they feel like they can get away with treating you. In her mind, she probably think, they probably get the police calling them all the time. It's an unfortunate case. But not for the guys who were victimized by this bullshit. I'd say sue them. You must sue them. You want to stand up? Get the money. That's the only thing people understand. Get the money, honey. All right. I guess that's all I have to say on it. There's nothing I can really add to the story. I'm hoping to God that these people didn't actually take them, arrest them, and put them in the backseat of a police car, and take them to jail. I had two conflicting reports there. One, they were escorted out of the store, but if they actually took them to jail and put them in jail, and particularly if they held them 8 days, then they got a big lawsuit, and there'll be no settlement. That's some bullshit there. Because why would the cops are the ones in the wrong? Because you would think that after the police arrived on the scene and saw what the situation was, they would have went and schooled the manager, not taking the victims, to jail. If you know he ain't did nothing, and everybody around in the restaurant, even the white people, ask you, what did these guys do exactly? They look like it was a damn drug raid in there. I saw the clip. They must have had 8 cops in there. Blacks out of control. I mean, why would you respond like that? Because somebody won't leave a restaurant. They must have made it sound like, they're intimidating. Why? Because they got big arms? That's what's intimidating you? It's bullshit. So hopefully it'll work all right for these guys. Maybe they can finish paying for their education or buy them a new property on Starbucks. All right, people. Happy Monday. God bless you all. I'll talk to you tomorrow.